Hi guys, it's Jennifer Smith, and I have a question for you. Do you think that self-love is a good thing, or is it a bad thing? And I pondered this for a while. I have a friend who felt like self-love could be a bad thing. I personally always thought that it's important, that it's good to love yourself, to be able to love others better. I had someone who came across some really great information on this idea of self-love, but let me just start out with this awesome quote from Robert Morley. He says, "To fall in love with yourself is the first secret to happiness." And I really love that quote. However, there are two sides to self-love. And there's this word that I learned about recently called philassia. So it's a Greek word. This self-love, this philassia can comprise both the positive and the negative aspects of self-love. And so let me just share with you this list. On the positive side, philassia love can create self-esteem, self-confidence, self-worth, and self-compassion. And who doesn't want all of those things, right? But there's the negative side to philassia or self-love. And it can be pride and hubris. And I'm like, what in the heck does that mean? I had to look it up. That means excessive self-confidence. And then abusive tendencies and narcissism. Which of course we know the idea with narcissism is it's all about me, right? I'm the only one that matters. So there are those negative sides to self-love. But I really believe that the way we love and care for ourselves is often, now not 100%, but it's often displayed through how we love and care for ourselves. So you may or may not agree with this following statement that positive philassia or that self-love is essential for any relationship, and we can only love others if we truly love ourselves, and we only care for ourselves, for others if we truly care for ourselves, okay? So I want to talk about this a little bit, but I'm going to take that word philassia, that self-love, and I'm going to talk about the positive compassion part, all right? Compassion is really, really huge because it involves more deeper things than love. So let me give you some examples, okay? My husband and I used to love to watch the Jazz basketball team play quite a few years ago. And they were doing awesome and winning and going on to championships. And so we loved watching them, right? Well, when they started losing, we didn't love them quite as much. In fact, we kind of just quit watching them altogether. So our love was conditional, right? And then another silly example is I used to like Nice and Easy, Clairol Nice and Easy to color my hair. And I used it for years and years, and I had like one shade, my favorite shade. And then they changed the formula. And then they started changing the colors up, so I didn't even know what color to use. So I didn't like the formula, I couldn't find a color I liked, so I decided to invest in going to a beautician to take care of my hair. So my point being, when things change, we tend to not love them as much. And I'm a marriage coach, so when we look at our spouse, over time, we change. We're really not the same person. Whether it's physical things change, like, you know, maybe that attractive body shape that the woman had when they first got married is not the same. Or maybe the beautiful head of hair that the husband had is gone. So things change, people change, we change. And I think that compassion is more of an unconditional love. So when we talk about self-love and the negative aspects, it can be conditional. But when we bring in that compassion, that unconditional love, I think that is a key to positive, healthy self-love. So there was a mom once who had a troubled teenager, and she says, I've done everything I can to help him and to support him, but he will not give me anything back. But I have unconditional love for him. Okay, so unconditional love, we don't expect things back, right? And people are going to disappoint us. We're going to disappoint ourselves and our spouse and our family. They're going to do things that disappoint us. They're going to change. And when we can have that true compassion, that true love for others as well as ourselves, super huge for healthy relationships. So let me talk about 3 things that self-compassion and loving ourselves in that way can do for us and why that's really important. So first of all is forgiving ourselves. We are often more hard on ourselves than we are on others, right? And we will beat ourselves up over the tiniest things sometimes. But when we can learn to let go, forgive ourselves, like our best friend would, right? Like sometimes when we make mistakes, our best friend, they're right there. They're like, you got this. It's all right. Pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and move on, right? And let it go. Forgive yourself. And so when we have that self-compassion and that positive self-love, it's easier to forgive ourselves and also other people. The second thing with self-compassion is watching our thoughts and our words about ourselves, okay? So yeah, we try to build other people up and be positive, but how many times are we critical, condemning, and complain about ourselves? I call this my 3 C's. Criticize, condemn, and complain, right? If we watch our thoughts and we watch our words about ourselves to have some self-compassion and realize that we're all learning and growing. I love to use the example of like a toddler learning to walk, right? And they fall down, they make mistakes, they're far from perfect. And can you imagine the parents saying, oh, you should just give up. You're not good enough. You're never going to get this figured out, right? No, that'd be so mean. But we do it to ourselves all the time. We beat ourselves up when we fall short. So I would suggest for more self-love, self-compassion, that healthy kind, watch your thoughts and your words about yourself. The third thing I want to share with you today, and I actually have a few fun things to share on this, is to have the positive, healthy self-love, compassion for ourselves, take care of ourselves. I mean, us moms, we are so good at taking care of everybody else, right? From the time that they're little babies and toddlers to when they start school and then in high school and all the activities and just all the responsibility that comes from raising a family. We spend a lot of time taking care of other people. But I want to remind you that you are worthy and deserving of taking care of yourself. Spending some time on yourself, filling your cup some more so that you're not depleted, you can actually help everyone else better. For those of you out there who think that's selfish to take time for yourself. So I'm just going to share a few things of how I show compassion and self-love through my own self-care. 3 basic things. Food is super huge, important to me. I've tried to study a lot about it through the years, tried different diets. But eating a healthy diet, taking care of my body, and then exercising, and then rest. I mean, those are really basic things, right? To show that we're loving and caring for ourselves. The other thing is just some fun things I wanted to show you. So I have this really yummy lotion, and you don't eat it, right? But it's got lavender in it. So it's a special treat for me when I want something to calm me down, and when I go to bed at night, this is my first go-to choice, is my lavender lotion. Taking time to relax in the tub. So I have a friend who had a really busy weekend. She didn't get much sleep, and she's like, I'm just really going to take care of myself this week. I'm going to have a bath every day. So one of my favorite things once a week is I do the Himalayan salt bath. You can also just use the regular Epsom salt and do some kind of a detox. And I love that. Just the soak in the tub, the time for yourself to relax and kind of detox. Some other fun things. So if I'm wake up and I'm having a good day, good energy after I shower, I love this really yummy body spray, right? I don't even know what it's called, but it's my favorite when I'm already kind of in a good mood, so I can kind of treat myself to this. But then there's days when I shower and I'm like, I'm not as excited about today. So I have a gardenia smell that's kind of nurturing for me, and that I love when I need a pick-me-up and I'm not having the best day. And then the last thing, especially you women, oh my gosh, most of us gotta have our chocolate. So this is like a guilt-free chocolate with some pistachios, no, almonds and pistachios, yeah. Anyway, good stuff, good stuff. So find ways to love and nurture yourself. And I would love to hear how you do that. So share in the comments here how you have a healthy self-love and self-compassion for yourself, and what are some things you do for self-care, or any other thoughts that you have on this topic. Just super, super important, and I think, to love ourselves in the positive, fallacious way, and have that compassion for ourselves that we're pretty good at maybe giving to everyone else. And as we give it to ourselves and we practice self-love on ourselves, we can actually have more to give to others. So have a super great day, and I'll catch you later. Bye.